Hey, this is Walt from the StogieReview.com, back once again to do another short Ashes cigar review. And up for you this time I have a cigar that I did last year, around this time last year, and that was the J Fuego Delirium, or the Jesus Fuego Delirium. I just happened to go over to my local shop yesterday, and I got to talking to the owner, and he'd mentioned that his Jesus Fuego order came in already. He talked to Jesus the week of Cigar Fest, and liked the samples that he had, liked speaking with Jesus, so he brought in a couple of his lines. The Delirium was one, and he also brought in both varieties of the 777, the Maduro and the newer Brazilian Corojo. And so I go in, and first thing I see in the walk-in is the new Jesus Fuego stuff. New in the sense that it's new in the shop. And I picked up a couple of cigars, and here we are. That's what prompted the review. So I just pulled up the old review real quick, just so I can give you a basic rundown. This is a Robusto. I don't know what the specifics are of it. As far as length and ring gauge, it's probably around a 50 by 5. It's got a Brazilian Maduro wrapper, Costa Rican Corojo binder, and a Honduran and Nicaraguan Corojo filler blend, 50-50. So that's all I got, and I'm not going to look at the rest of the review because I don't want to influence myself. So first and foremost, I love the way these cigars are presented. Real dark wrapper, light and dark bands. They really pop. They look, they're very attractive sitting in the box. Wrapper color is fairly consistent from head to foot. I've got a little bit of variation around the veins, handful of veins. There's only one that's really standing out and giving it some sort of texture. The rest are fairly small. It's got a little bit of a lumpy feel to it. It's got sort of a really dark, almost like a mulch aroma to it. And it's pretty much the same on the head and foot. So I'm going to go ahead and clip my cigar and get this thing underway. This is my first cigar of the day. It is Saturday morning. I had some things to do this morning. I didn't get my morning cigar in, at 6, 7 o'clock like usual. It's about 10 o'clock now. I'm just actually getting my first cup of coffee as well. So, and I've had a handful of these. Actually, I think I had 3 of them yesterday. The 3 I had yesterday were the smaller Minutos. And I gotta tell you, I saw that cigar, and I saw the price on that cigar, and it's officially the buy of the year as far as I'm concerned. It's a 40 by 4 1/4, so it's a relatively small cigar, but they're $2.50 a piece. I don't have very many short cigars for when I got a little bit of time to smoke a cigar. So I picked up 4 of them. I got 1 left. But I really think this is well, I don't want to ruin the review, but for the money, actually I have it with me. The smaller Minuto, I think, is an excellent price for such a small cigar. And I think you can get tins of 8 for like $18, something like that. So you can save a little money if you buy a tin. But anyway, I got my cigar lit. It's producing smoke. It looks even. So I'm going to smoke my J Fuego Delirium a little bit. I'm going to continue watching the Brian Hewitt and Jerry Cruz dual review of the Esencia cigar by Palio. And I'll be back with a little bit of coffee in me, and probably with the first third burned to ash. So sit tight, and I'll be right back. Alright, well, I'm back, and it's about time to maybe review that first third of this cigar for you. It is a J Fuego Delirium. Ash looks pretty good. It's got a couple of spots that look like they may be a little weak. Yeah, it didn't take much to knock it off the end of the cigar. But all in all, it's been very nice. It's got a a very deep richness to it. A little bit of bite through the sinuses, a little bit of a spiciness, probably along the lines of cinnamon. It's just got just those really heavy Maduro-esque flavors. You know, I'm getting coffee, I'm getting chocolate. It's the body is about medium, and finish is nice and drawn out. It's smooth, easy on the palate. You know, there really aren't any aggressive qualities to the cigar. There's nothing that that I'm not finding appealing, especially as a first cigar of the day. It's just been very smooth, very easygoing, and very enjoyable. What did I want to mention? Oh, now I lost track of what I was saying. At any rate, you know, I mentioned that I picked up 4 of the Minutos at my local shop. I'm definitely going to be going back for more of them. This one, I guess it's because I'm more filler, but this one seems a little more creamy. You know, the Minutos, I don't want to say they're bad or they're lacking. The larger size seems to be a little creamier, has a little more depth. But I still love that little cigar for $2.50. I'm still blown away by the price point. And since I did the initial review, I think these cigars came down in price. I'm not 100% sure, but I think these were up around probably $8 to $10, I think. And now I'm seeing them for less than that. I think this was almost between $6 and $7, I think. When I saw the price listing in the store, I thought that they were inexpensive compared to what I saw them for online last year. So it may be the economy, it may be that Jesus Fuego just wants to move more product and settle into more of a that value crevice, or that value niche, and he reduced the prices, I'm assuming. But all in all, it's been a fantastic cigar so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's going very well as a first cigar in the morning. I finished up the video I was watching with Jerry and Brian. Very entertaining video. Love the mug, and looking forward to getting the pieces so we can put that up in the Stogie Review store on Zazzle. And so now I need to find something else entertaining to do this morning. Daily discussion topic is up. My personal blog has been updated as of this morning. So I don't know, maybe I'll poke around on Hulu or listen to a little more reggaeton music. I have my Spanish lessons go back to high school, and I failed miserably. I know virtually nothing, and prompted by I think it was the Camiguan review that Jerry did, the opening music. You know, I thought it was great. I got the information from Jerry on who it was. I went out, I got some music, and I'm gonna, you know, burn out the speakers. I've been playing it so often, but can't understand a word they were saying. But music's been great, so maybe I'll play a little bit more of that. But anyway, until we hit the second third, sit tight, and I don't know. I'll be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm sort of teetering on the brink of going from second third to final third here, and you know, this is a short Ashes review. We can sort of break the mold. We don't need to do formatting and do second third, final third, and all that. I'm just going to wrap up the review now. And you know, I really think this is a wow cigar. You know, Jerry says anything that's a wow cigar is, you know, box worthy. Brian Hewitt puts that stamp on really good cigars, whether or not they're box worthy. And this one, I think, is definitely box worthy. Really enjoyable, very unique flavors, very rich flavors. You know, it comes across as something a little bit more than your traditional Maduro or your Maduro-esque flavors. They just, you know, the chocolate sort of flavor in there, and a little bit of coffee, and just the richness just goes beyond what you think of as traditional flavors, or traditional flavors for a Maduro cigar. I'm just really impressed with it. You know, I'm sitting here wondering, you know, I don't remember really raving about this cigar before. I know I've had it, so I thought, you know what, let me check my top list from '08, and sure enough, I checked my top 10 cigars from 2008, and the J. Fuego Delirium made number 8. And a little excerpt of what I had to say was, overall, I found the Delirium to be a pleasant smoke. As with my previous example of a J. Fuego in the form of a Defiance, the flavors come across as very unique. While the descriptions may sound like traditional Maduro flavors, they really come across as something special. I would certainly recommend this cigar to any smoker that enjoys a rich Maduro smoke with a lot of flavor and character behind it. Keep an eye out for J. Fuego. If he continues to produce cigars such as this and the Defiance, I think you will hear his name as often as you hear the word Pepin. And you know, I really think that little excerpt still rings true. I really enjoy this cigar. I think it's fantastic. I'm definitely going back for more. And you know, I really like those Minutos too, especially at $2.50 a piece. I'm convinced that is a steal for a short smoke. You're getting tons of flavor packed in a little size for a very affordable price. You know, that's really all there is to say. There's no point in me dragging on the review saying how much I like the cigar, how well it's going, because, well, I think I'm making that very clear. The flavors are just very rich, very enjoyable, and I think the cigar is fantastic. You know, I was a little concerned. I thought maybe, you know, first cigar of the morning, maybe a little too much, maybe a little too far into that medium to full range, that, you know, I may not appreciate it this early in the day. But sure enough, it's not overwhelming. It's got tons and tons of flavor, and you know, there's no real nicotine kick that's making me feel a little ill being this early. It's not overwhelming the palate. The smoke doesn't come across as being aggressive. It doesn't make my palate and tongue feel tired or worn out or anything like that. It's just it's going very well, and I'm very happy with the cigar. So without any further ado, I'm going to cut the camera off, smoke this thing down till it burns my fingers, and as usual, I have no idea what the next cigar is going to be for these Short Ashes reviews, so just keep an eye on the site, and until next week, happy smoking.